and got a letter in the mail. I always get excited when I get letters that are like handwritten. You ever get a letter that's handwritten anymore? Like the
rarely.
envelope comes in?
Yeah.
From the Jehovah's Witness, maybe.
Yeah, there you go. So I'm sitting at my desk. I'm like, oh, did my great grandmother finally get a letter to me from 10 years ago, and this has got money in it for my birthday or something?
Right.
So I popped this thing open, and it's a handwritten letter from a dealership where I bought my truck.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. And they're like, it's fake handwritten. That's what really kicked my ass about the whole thing. It's meant to look like it was handwritten, but it was done on a computer.
So it's a handwritten font. Yeah.
It was a font. I finally figured out what all this was. This guy was offering me so much money for my old truck, come in and buy a new truck, and we want your business back. And I'm like, you know what? I'm still loving my old truck. You're not getting my old truck. I'll probably drive my truck now for the rest of my life, however long that is. But I'm driving my truck. If I got to put motors in the thing, I'm driving that thing forever. I love my truck.
What's the nice thing about a truck? You can do that.
You can.
Yeah, trucks are very versatile that way.
So are there like any new cars out there that you would go buy? What would if you were going to trade your truck in on something? Because we all drive trucks here. Not
right.
You know, that's
right.
Nothing new that we hadn't discussed before. But if you were going to trade your car in, what would you trade it in on? Would you get a car?
Well, no, I'd end up with
SUV?
I'd get a crossover, probably something like an Audi. Yeah, I like the Audi. I like the Porsche Cayenne.
Yeah,
I like the Porsche Cayenne's pretty cool.
You're living large on the hog there.
Yeah,
I like that. Ken's got a little snobbery in him.
Yeah,
I like it.
On that one I do because I've driven one of those and they've got a lot of snap to them.
Yeah, that thing runs like a scalded 8.
So do the Audis. The Audis are pretty nice, and the Volkswagen Tiguan is pretty nice too.
Yeah,
I just like something with performance. I don't want to just lug stuff around. I want to get there quick.
Yeah,
you know.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't think there's anything. You know, Michelle drives a Lexus. That's my wife. She drives a Lexus, and I get in that thing and I think, you know, I could see myself driving if I had like a 9-to-5 job and I didn't have stuff to do on the weekends or I had to haul crap. I might could see myself back in a car.
No, I do like the cars. I like the Cadillacs are really nice.
Yeah,
and I kind of like the Audi A8s. You know, and the A6s, those are nice cars.
For me, it's fitting inside of it. That's the big thing. When I get in her car, it's like instantly I can tell my head's on the roof, and that's the one. Right. That's the one thing. It's like, dude,
turned you off from it.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I feel like if I hit a bump, I'm going to snap my neck.
Well, my wife drives an RDS. It's an Acura, and it's small.
Yeah,
I want her to get the MDX, but she doesn't like them because they're too wide, and I like them because they're a wider track and bigger seating area.
Yeah,
I mean, her car it's comfortable for a small car.
Yeah,
I don't particularly like it. So
that's the one thing when I get in it, I've got that claustrophobic feel.
You have to have headroom.
Yeah, I do.
I like that. And I just like a nice, comfortable seat.
Yeah,
that's what I like about my truck. It's just like a land yacht, you know, and it really very, very comfortable. I mean, if I was to get a new truck, I really like the new Toyotas. The Toyotas are beautiful trucks. The interiors are really nice. Hell yeah! But they don't have a diesel in them.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm hung up on the diesel. I just am. They get horrible gas mileage. That's the problem with them.
Yeah, but the horrible gas mileage that you get also means that my vehicle, out of all the vehicles I've owned, that is the one that has spent the least amount of time in the dealership.
Now, my F-150, I had it for, 15, 16 years?
You had that truck forever.
Yeah, and it's only been in the shop one time. So I would say, yeah, I mean, I kind of wish I'd have kept that truck. Yeah. And I know, James, if you're listening to this, you know what I'm talking about. Because he sends me pictures. The guy I sold it to sends me pictures of my truck laughing at me.
Yeah.
But that thing was like brand new when I sold it. I had 103,000 miles. Sold it for a fairly good deal.
I had the same F-150 you did. Mine was not a four-wheel drive, and it wasn't an extended cab. It was a regular cab. And I had a manual transmission in it.
Oh, wow.
I remember that.
Yeah,
truck.
you remember that? It was a 2003. And the one thing that I hated about that truck is they had a slave cylinder in it for the clutch. And, dude, when that thing went out, you had to, like, tear the transmission out. And it was, like, such a stupid place to put that thing. But other than that, that truck was a great truck. It ran forever. It was just that one part that cost me it went out after the warranty had run out, and it ended up costing me a ton of money and pissed me off because it was a $13,000 truck, and I had to spend $2,000, to get the thing running again.
So, I got to thinking about what you just said. Now, if money was not an issue, I'd get an Icon refurbished truck. Have you seen the trucks that guy makes? He took like a 70s or an 80s Jeep Cherokee, the big size, full size ones.
Yeah.
And dropped it on a diesel chassis.
That's kind of cool.
And he put a diesel in one of them. Then he took some old Dodge crew trucks from the Air Force and dropped them on Dodge 3500 chassis.
Oh, wow.
So he totally retrofitted and redesigned an old truck on a brand new technology frame. That's the route I would go, because those things are solid.
Yeah.
Those are some beautiful trucks. They have old lines. They look like a truck, but they have all the modern amenities that you would want in a modern vehicle.
Yeah.
That's probably the route I'd go. I mean, if money was an issue, I would definitely be knocking on his door getting a truck.
I'm not like a Jeep guy. It's funny, you know.
Oh, well,
a lot of are you a Jeep guy? You
not
like
not every day, but
that's what I was
weekend
thinking.
drivers, yes.
You know, if I had like a place where I hunted, you know,
Right.
or something like that, where I had a place where I could keep it, then yeah, I'd probably want.
Now this is the big Wagoneer I'm talking about.
No, I'm
This
talking
is
about
the big giant
Jeep.
one.
Jeep,
Yeah.
like everybody.
Yeah.
You know, we've got friends that drive Jeeps.
Sure.
Sorry, L. I don't mean to bust your bubble there. I enjoy your car, but
Yeah.
I don't think I could drive that every day.
I couldn't every day, but it'd be a great weekend vehicle.
And then,
So I'm going to jump in here.
all right.
So I jumped out of a Dodge diesel into my current Toyota Crew Max, which I absolutely fucking love.
Yeah. You're like me with that. I don't think you'll ever get rid of that truck.
With you know, I'm coming
Within
up on
reason.
yeah. I'm coming up on. This truck here will probably be close to one of the vehicles I've had probably the longest. But I've already resolved myself to the fact that I've enjoyed it so much that I will replace this with another one.
Yeah.
Because I absolutely freaking love the Toyota truck.
It is laid out nice.
That Crew Max.
I like
it's
your
like
truck. When we go someplace, it's nice to be able to
it's
fly
like
in your
I
truck.
used to tell people it was like driving my living room.
Yeah.
So when I took my parents on a trip, all I had to do was to make, because I wanted my parents to travel in comfort when I was driving them around, and all I had to do was just like look at the expression on my mom's face when she's like lounging in the back. I'm like, hey, are you comfortable back there? And she's like, yeah, it's freaking ginormous.
Can you have the stewardess bring me another drink?
Yes,
son?
exactly. Yeah, the only thing I'm missing in that truck is staff.
That's exactly right.
So, but you know, to kind of tangent off of what you said earlier about, you know, how I look at it is when I go back to work, if I ended up landing in a place where I have to drive a great distance, I'm going to have basically a daily driver.
Sure.
So I've always been a big fan of the Infiniti smaller SUV series. Like a long time ago, it used to be the FX series,
Right.
and I think now it goes by the QX,
Yeah.
which is just a sporty looking SUV.
Sure.
That is just fucking sick looking.
Dude, Jaguar just threw themselves into the SUV
Yeah, I
market.
saw Jaguars.
Pretty good looking vehicle.
And I've always been also an Audi fan too.
As long as I get rid of all the bugs. You remember Jaguar used to have
Right.
all
Oh, yeah.
those.
So here recently, when I went back to look and see what the current Toyota Crew Max inventory was now, you know, I have a top tier top tier Crew Max model now, but there are like two or three.
Oh, that's
So they're ahead of that curve. Is what you're
There are
saying.
two other tiered levels that are above mine.
oh, that's 1792.
Oh my! You are not kidding.
That is a beautiful truck.
That one, and then the Platinum.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
So
they're nice.
those two, I had to like scratch off the Limited after I saw what came with those other two. So now I pretty much know what I want to replace my current one with. So when I was looking, I went and I've always been a fan of the International Scout.
Yeah.
Because two of the guys I used to work with redid two of those.
Icon redid a few of those, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I've always been fans of that. And I also looked at the availability of like the old Ford Broncos, like not
Another one making a comeback.
You talk about the
not
small Bronco
the
2s?
small, yes.
Yeah, the Broncos and Bronco
the Bronco
2s.
2s,
Yeah.
like the early late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah.
Those were so badass.
I'll tell you-
but those were ridiculously expensive.
I'll tell you what, when I was a kid, I still believe this day, that 300 six-cylinder that Ford made
Yeah.
was probably one of the best
yeah,
motors they've
yeah.
ever made.
Torque monster.
That thing was amazing. You had plenty of power.
Yeah.
You had pretty good gas mileage, and it was pretty responsive on the road. I'd probably go down that route. I mean, because the most popular swap engines right now are the LS series
Yeah.
and the Hemi. The LS and the Hemi, and then the Cummins BT series.
Well, you've got these modular kits now that make
Sure.
now anything can fit in anything.
Well, Advanced Adapters
yes.
is one of the best at that. And you just tell them what they got, and they probably already got it engineered and worked out. But these BT engines that Cummins are putting out, these little crate motors that show up, these little 3 and 4 cylinder diesels, a lot of guys are dropping these in Toyotas, these smaller Toyotas. Holy cow.
You know, that got started with a guy putting tractor motors in trucks. That's where that came from. And they were just making these beast motors, and they would get like 100 miles to the gallon.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, now you look at the racetracks, and you're watching Dodge diesel pickup trucks outrun top fuel dragsters. And it's like, what? I mean, that's insane how fast these things are going.
Much power. They just build so much torque, and they build it so low and so fast.
And when they blow, it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
I mean,
a big smoke show.
It is not only a smoke show, it looks like a parts department of a shop.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just shit flying through the air. It's like a shrapnel fest.
Yeah.
But those things are, there's so many neat vehicles out there now. But, they're making everything so damn expensive.
They are. It's gotten to where you can't afford it. And when the guy showed me, in the little handwritten letter, going back to that, the little handwritten letter, he's like, we'll give you, $10,000 for my truck. And I'm thinking, you better stab me if you're going to give me $10,000 for my truck. But he's like, we'll give you $10,000 for your truck, and we'll put you in this truck. And he shows all the discounts and listed all out. Right around $50,000. I'm like, go bone yourself. There's no way I'm paying.
So the only thing missing was we have your family held hostage.
Well, I can tell you
Bring
this.
a truck and $10,000 and you get them back.
I can tell you this. If either one of you end up in a cube, I'm going to beat the shit out of you.
My math says nay to that.
That's too funny.